There you are, YouTube. So I'm going to talk about something that I probably shouldn't talk about because it's something that happened yesterday, not today. Today I just worked all day long, or for a large chunk of it anyway, and I didn't really get to do anything exciting. So what I'm going to talk about today happened yesterday, and because of that, memory's a little shaky. I'm raising twins here. They scramble my brain daily, so I am going to do my best to recall a show that I watched yesterday. I watched a show on Disney Plus called Disney Gallery Star Wars The Mandalorian. Is that the title? See, that's why I'm saying I probably shouldn't do this, because I can't even remember the title. And it's basically Jon Favreau talking about The Mandalorian, gathering up all these individuals that were involved and going over sort of their involvement in the show, like the first season anyway. And it's like sort of, at least now I've only seen the first two episodes. It's focused on sort of the directors for the most part. So people like Bryce Dallas Howard, Taika Waititi, and then this guy who I've seen his face around. I know he's very important in Star Wars because he did one of the like animated cartoons, and I haven't watched those, so I am not an aficionado on that. So he's a face I've seen, but not a name I've known until yesterday. But let's see if I remember his name today. Filoni, right? Filoni? Dave Filoni? Am I getting that right? I sure hope so, because I'm not going to do any cuts or edits in this video. So if I got it wrong, I got it wrong. You can let me know in the comments that I screwed up his name. You can tell me what it actually is. But I think it's Filoni, and or Dave Filoni is what I think it is. But speaking of him specifically, I've always already loved The Phantom Menace. I'm wearing a shirt right now. Episode 1 shirt. Got this before the movie came out. Wore it to the movie when I saw it. Pretty sure that's the order of things. Maybe I got it after the movie, but I'm pretty sure I got it before the movie. I got 2 bits of Star Wars Episode 1 apparel when that came out. I may have had more, but those were the only 2 I remember. Is this and a pair of boxers that says Sith Lord on them, and it has Darth Maul. Because Darth Maul, if you weren't there, you don't know. Darth Maul was the coolest looking thing we'd ever seen on screen. Like, I know people don't like the prequels, but the marketing that went in to Phantom Menace was phenomenal. It was huge. It sold us all, I think, anyway. I mean, I was, in high school, early high school, and it was just like the world was talking about it. It was like I hadn't seen anything even come close to that since Batman 1989. So 10 years prior was the last time I saw anything come close to reaching that level of hype. Like, Batmania was a real thing, and when people saw it, the movie, it succeeded. And you could, financially, Phantom Menace did too, but a lot of people came walking out of that movie disappointed. And I wasn't one of them. I was like, yeah, this is cool. I like this. So, anyway, like, where am I going with this? I'm talking about apparel now. I don't think that was my plan. But anyway, just to show it off. There we go. It's a huge shirt because I used to wear really baggy clothes. And now I just kind of use this as like as evening wear before bed, or like wake up wear. Wear it, to sleep in, stuff like that. It's not something I really wear out and about because I wear my shirts a little tighter now. But this is back when I was, still wearing Jinkos and things like that. Just one of the biggest shirts, the biggest pants available. So, anyway, back to that show. The second episode, I'm pretty sure it's the second episode, Dave Filoni, right? He starts talking about the importance of episode 1, the Duel of the Fates battle. Like, I've always, when people are like surprised when I say that I love Phantom Menace, they're like, how can you love that garbage? I'm always like, well, I love Qui-Gon Jinn. He's one of my favorite characters ever. Mace Windu, we get to see him in it. He's awesome. And I love Darth Maul. I think he looks so cool. I love his visuals. I love his lightsaber. I love the way he fights. And the Duel of the Fates battle is epic. Plus the score during that moment, but also just the score in general. But the score during that moment is absolutely fantastic. And my question is, how can you not like this movie when you have the Duel of the Fates? And they're like, well, Jar Jar, the kid, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I mean, okay, I guess that tanked the whole movie for you. I mean, it doesn't me. I don't really, those things don't bother me at all. But the only person that bothers me, I think, is Ben Quadraneros. I don't like him. I just can't stand him. And the pod racer announcers used to annoy me also because they were just very our world, just seemed too Earth to me, but silly. But, they don't really bother me now. But Ben Quadraneros, no, don't need him, that little jerk. So, I just lost my spot. But anyway, yeah, Dave Filoni, he was talking about the importance of episode 1 and how everything that we know from the original saga sort of rests on the Duel of the Fates scene. Like Anakin, a fatherless kid, is sort of taken in by Qui-Gon, right here, Anakin, fatherless kid, taken on by Qui-Gon, and sort of becomes this father figure to him, has a sense of love, compassion for this kid, right? Wants to take him on as his own son, in a way, right? I mean, not officially, but it's like almost metaphorically that way. Where the rest of the Jedis are very like clinical in their thinking, right? Strategic and things like that. They don't have really the compassion anymore. They're all about politics, sort of. And so just throwing him into the Jedi Temple isn't necessarily a good thing. What he needs is the compassion of Qui-Gon right there. But in Duel of the Fates, this is the fate of the child we're talking about here. The fate of Anakin all rests here in this battle. And what happens? Spoilers. I mean, I hope you've seen it. But Darth Maul right here gets the best of Qui-Gon, leaving Obi-Wan behind to take care of Anakin. But Obi-Wan doesn't really care about Anakin. He only takes care of Anakin as a promise to Qui-Gon. And all of this I'm getting from Filoni. These are not my observations or catches. When I watched that scene, the battle, to me it was just epic, right? It was like, this looks awesome. This music is great. This choreography is cool. The face paint is awesome. I like these characters. So that's all this was to me. And I'm learning from Dave Filoni in this Disney Gallery show how much this mattered, right? Just like the layers within it. To me it was just like consequences. Just general consequences. Fight happens, he dies, okay, whatever. I didn't really think about Qui-Gon as like a father figure, and how different he is from the other Jedi. And this was pointed out to me. So, the father figure is gone. Now he will be taking care of Anakin. But again, not because he wants to, but as a promise to him. So instead, we don't have a father figure here. We have sort of like a brother, a stepbrother sort of thing here. He doesn't quite have the right compassion that Qui-Gon had, that he needed, that Anakin needed to succeed in this Jedi world, so that he goes towards the light side and flourishes there completely, right? Instead, because he didn't have that figure, that loving figure, he instead falls to the dark side. And he's seeking that love. He's not getting it from Qui-Gon because he's gone. In the sequels, we see him searching for it through Amidala, Padme, right? So he's looking for it there, but sort of in a greedy manner, right? Because he wasn't raised by him. And when Filoni's talking about all this, the father figure stuff, the brother figure stuff, taking care of him out of duty sort of thing, my jaw was on the floor. I was like, how did I must be so dense, because I just missed that completely. Or those layers, the deeper layers anyway. Again, to me it was just a consequence. He's going to take him to become a Jedi. He dies. So it doesn't happen. You know, I just really wasn't putting together the whole father-son aspect, because again, he doesn't have a dad of any sort. He's very biblical in that way, very Jesus-like in that way, because there was no father. It was immaculate conception there. So anyway, that show, if you are not watching Gallery or whatever, if you haven't watched it, please do, because I've already loved this film. It made me love it so much more. Like, it was already sort of like middle high on my ranking list, but it might have hopped up too high. Like, I don't know. Maybe not, because I don't know. I loved hearing Filoni. I feel like I'm saying his name wrong now. Is it Filoni? Is that what I was saying earlier? No. Did I? Okay. I'm probably screwing it up, but you know who I'm talking about, right? He wears a cowboy hat all the time. Hearing him speak on this film just opened it up to me to deeper layers than I knew were there. I mean, I haven't watched it in many years. That's probably not true, because I think my wife and I watched them semi-recently, like a couple years ago. But my heyday of watching it quite a bit, you know, I was pretty young. I was in high school. So, yeah, I don't know. I just didn't catch those layers when I was younger, and I am so glad to have them explained to me now, because this film that I loved, I love it even more now. So much more. Like, again, while I was listening, I was just, oh my goodness. This is genius. George Lucas has always known what he is doing. Always. People used to crap on him all the time after those movies came out. No. And plus, he's always pushing the technology. So, you know, when people are like, it's all this, it doesn't look right. And I also learned that Phantom Menace has more practical shots than any other Star Wars movie. So anybody who says that movie's all CGI, they're wrong. But, yeah, he's just pushing the medium. And by doing that, the medium, those products he's creating look dated quicker than other films, but that's because he's the first to do this stuff, right? So, I don't know. I find it very difficult to trash those movies because I like them. Yeah. So, anyway, I just wanted to recommend that Star Wars show because I think it is fantastic. And if you didn't think episode 1 was fantastic, maybe you will now. I always have, and I think even more so now. Anyway, perhaps I'll see you tomorrow for more Pure Hangout.